Hi, I'm Alan R. Welcome to MotorMatters, the channel that brings you the latest, the greatest, the newest and the best in motoring in South Africa. And the question is, have you subscribed yet? If not, hit the button now and you'll see all our videos as soon as they publish. What we've got for you today is Volkswagen Golf, the 8.5 in particular, and this is the R-Line Plus model, which means it's the top of the range. Now, have a look at a few little features, because it's got VW's IQ lighting, which means upgraded, really good quality headlights and lighting. And of course, look at this, the illuminated VW badge over there. And if you come close, you'll see the lighting strip across the bonnet, even across the front of the bonnet. So you really have, it's become a signature of the top models in VW, and you've got this really good and fancy, smart looking lighting systems. So of course, it is a VW, it's a Golf, it's what you expect. So we'll take a look a little bit further now. Got really good looking 18-inch alloy wheels over here, and you can see the flat sections, which are obviously in the interests of aerodynamics in modern day cars these days, are interesting in R badge, because of course R can mean other things in VW speak as well, but this stands for the R line. You come over to the back, let's have a look at the space in the back seat. This car has even got the comfort access, so the driver's seat has moved further back than my standard position, because obviously when I switched off the engine. But let's take a look. So allow for even more legroom than I'm showing you right now. It would be a bit further forward. You got your ventilation over here. You got features like that are important and useful. And I'm looking USBs down at the bottom. Good headroom, really nice headroom at the back over here. And multicolored leather seats. Taking into account that it's a B2C segment hatchback, fairly short C-pillar over here. Very neat looking rear, you can see. And that's how you open the rear tailgate. Not powered, which is also an interesting fact on a car of this sort. Under there, we have got a space saver spare wheel, so I'm not going to complain about that at all. And basically no load lip, which you know always makes me very happy. Now, of course, guess what comes next? Let's see what it gives us on the Allen test. Again, as always, allowing for the board. This is a good 1.5 to 1.6 Allen boot. Comfortable one, decent space, and if that's not enough and you're not carrying too many passengers, you can fold the rear seats down. Under the bonnet, what's it got? Well, it's a 1.4 litre turbo petrol engine. Gives you 110 kilowatts, 250 Newton meters of torque, driving the front wheels through a 8-speed DSG automatic transmission that VW, of course, use through their range. So let's check it on the road and let's have a look inside. Cruising around the neighborhood, the immediate feeling you get from the Golf is it's solid, it's beautifully built, and it's the kind of car that just tells you it's going to last for a long time. It just feels that way in every respect. And I'm finding that really nice, a nice feeling and a nice feature. The 8-speed DSG on this one is smooth. You don't feel gear shifts unless you really want to push it hard. When I first saw the numbers, 110 kilowatts, 250 Newton meters, driving the front wheels, I thought it's going to be average. But it feels like a lot more than that. It feels like way more, in fact. And it really gives you a really good feel to it. I can't quite explain why, but it really does feel peppy. And the R-Line model, as we're driving now, also does have the slightly firmer suspension. So the ride is a touch harder, maybe over imperfections, but it's certainly not unpleasant, and it gives you handling like you expect from a Golf. Let me put it that way. R-Line, of course, and this is the R-Line Plus, in fact, gives you spec to the hilt. Absolutely fully loaded. You look at this massive screen we've got over here. You've got a Harman Kardon sound system. You've got all these sort of things, and they just all add up to a car that really feels extremely, extremely premium. Looking behind the wheel, as we always do, you've got, of course, the digital instrumentation. Looks good. You can change it. You can configure it as you want. But I want you to see the fact that on average now, basically urban driving, a little bit of freeway, 6.9 liters per 100. Now, again, I think that's more than good enough, more than adequate for average driving. But of course, it's not about that. The R line just gives you every possible thing. It's got all the spec in the world. You've got controls over here. And remember that with 8.5, they moved away from haptic switches and haptic buttons to proper buttons on the steering wheel, for example, and that I think makes a very, very big difference. You've got paddles behind the steering wheel for the DSG gearbox. I'm not going to comment, you know me. You've got active cruise control, all those sort of features as well. Harman Kardon sound system, and let me tell you, that's premium too. Moving over to touchscreen, I think it's something like a 14-inch, but it's not important. You can see how clear it is. It really is. And let's just pop the car into reverse for you, and you'll see you've got rear camera, you've got overhead camera, and when you pull off, you've even got the forward view camera as well. It's got a park assist system. It's got it there. You know me, I'm not going to comment. I don't use them, but it's got the park assist as well. So it's got all these sort of features. You have a look at the dash over here, and it's got a carbon fiber effect on certain sections, ambient lighting, and I'll talk a lot more about lighting in a few minutes, but really nice, pretty discreet ambient lighting, not just over-the-top ambient lighting, can I term it that way? You've got over here below, again, for the park assist, and a mode button over here, which I must be honest, I haven't even touched during the test because I just didn't feel the need, but you've got multi-modes on that 8-speed DSG. Talking about the 8-speed DSG, how do you like this little toggle for your gear shift? I just think it's quite something, isn't it? Just the little toggle over there, reverse, neutral, drive, that's it. All you need, park and engine stop start. So it's very simple, very basic. You've got an inductive charging pad over there. So you've got all these sort of features. A sunroof, but not a panoramic roof, interestingly, with a manual cover, but obviously you can operate the sunroof itself. And then leather or artificial leather, but real sporty type seats. And if you show towards the back, you'll see multicolored as well, but discreet, premium looking, classy looking as far as I'm concerned. So overall, the Polo has grown up, that is for sure. Through now 8.5 generations, it's grown up into something pretty special as far as I'm concerned. Mentioned while I was on the road, it feels premium. It feels like a car that is in the premium category, and it's priced in the same way. This one, without other extras that you can option, 688,000 Rand. Well, for a premium car, that's good pricing. So you've got to look at it that way. You get a 5-year, 100,000 kilometers service plan thrown in as well. It's one of those cars that if you like the German engineering, you like VW as such, and you want premium, it really has to come into your reckoning and looking, because it is a premium product at almost premium pricing. Can I call it that? It's a good one to look at. If it suits your needs, fits your purposes, I think it's an excellent choice to look at. And I must say, I've enjoyed driving it. It just feels good. For MotorMatters, I'm Eleanor. See you next time.